Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Mind Map. Today's topic of discussion is Khilafat and non-cooperative movement. First of all, we will discuss about the introduction of the topic, causes of the movements, Khilafat issues, non-cooperation Khilafat movement, achievements of the movement, causes of failure and impact of the movement. First of all, moving on to the introduction of the topic. During 1919 to 1922, two mass movements, namely Khilafat movement and non-cooperation movement, were organized against the British government. The movements, despite having different issues, adopted a unified plan of action of non-violence and non-cooperation. This time period saw the unification of Congress and the Muslim League. Many political demonstrations took place with the joint effort of both these parties. Now moving on to causes of the movements. There were various incidents and causes which sets the stage for organizing these mass movements, such as first, economic hardships. The economic situations of the country in the post-war years had become alarming, with the rise in prices of commodities, increased tax burdens, destruction of Indian industries, etc. Almost all the sections of the society suffered due to the post-war economic hardship. Second is government hostilities. Indians thought that in return for the extensive support of manpower and resources they had provided to Britain during the First World War, they would be rewarded by autonomy. However, Indians only received government hostilities such as Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which exposed the brutal and uncivilized face of the foreign rule. Introduction of Rowlatt Act and martial law imposed in Punjab further exposed the brutal and uncivilized face of the foreign rule. Discontented Indians. The Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, with their ill-conceived scheme of diarchy, failed to satisfy the rising demand of the Indians for self-government. The Hunter Committee on the Punjab atrocities proved to be an eyewash, and the House of Lords of British Parliament endorsed General Dyer's action. Now let's discuss about Khilafat issue. The Muslims all over the world, including India, regarded the Sultan of Turkey as their spiritual leader, Khalifa, that is Caliph. After the war, the Ottoman Empire was divided. Turkey was dismembered and the Khalifa was removed from power. This angered the Muslims, who took it as an insult to the Khalifa, as a result of which Khilafat movement was started. The Khilafat movement was started under the leadership of Ali brothers Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, Maulana Azad, Hakim Ajmal Khan and Hazrat Mohani. In early 1919, the All India Khilafat Committee was formed under the leadership of the Ali brothers Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Ajmal Khan and Hazrat Mohani to force the British government to change its attitude to Turkey. The Congress felt as it was a golden opportunity to unite the Hindus and Muslims and to bring Muslim participation in such mass movements. The non-cooperation Khilafat movement. First is role of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi played a major role in both Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. He took an active role in disseminating the non-cooperation movement's policies and programs throughout the country. In March 1920, he issued a manifesto declaring a doctrine of the non-violent, non-cooperation movement. During the movement, various programs were adopted against the British government, such as boycott of British titles and goods. The program of non-cooperation consisted of a surrender of British titles and honours, boycott of British courts, legislators and educational institutions, as well as the boycott of foreign-made goods. People lit public bonfires of foreign cloth. The imports of foreign cloth fell drastically between 1920 and 1922. Promotion of Swadeshi. The boycott led to the promotion of Swadeshi goods, especially hand-spun and hand-woven khadi cloth, the removal of untouchability, the promotion of Hindu-Muslim unity, and abstention of alcoholic beverage. Charkha became a household article. Boycott of government schools and offices. Government schools and universities were boycotted as a sign of non-cooperation. Government offices were also boycotted and many people resigned from government services. Next is setting up national schools. Since the students boycotted the government schools and universities, various national universities were established. These include Kashi Vidyapeeth, Gujarat Vidyapeeth, Bihar Vidyapeeth, National College Lahore, Jamia Millia Islamia Delhi. People's response to the movement. Students actively participated in the government and boycotted schools and colleges established by the government and joined the movement in large numbers. The economic boycott received support from the Indian business group because they had benefited from the nationalist emphasis on the use of Swadeshi. There was a massive participation by the peasants. The movement gave an opportunity to the toiling masses to express their real feelings against the British as well as their Indian masters and oppressors. One was the main highlight of the movement was the active participation of women. Women participated in large numbers, gave up parda and offered their ornaments for the Tilak Fund. They took active part in picketing before the shops, selling foreign cloth and liquor. Important personalities. Eminent persons like C. Rajgopalachari, Vallabhbhai Patel, Gopbandhu Das, Ajmal Khan, Subhash Chandra Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru joined the movement. Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das also joined the movement by giving up their legal profession. Withdrawal of the movement. In February 1922 at Chauri Chaura, Uttar Pradesh, 22 policemen were brutally killed by the violent mob. Not happy with the increasingly violent trend of the movement, Gandhiji immediately announced the withdrawal of the movement. Now let's have a look at the successes of the movement. Though the non-cooperation movement did not achieve the goal it had set for itself, it brought qualitative and quantitative changes in the nature of the freedom struggle. It was the first mass movement which witnessed active participation from almost all the sections of Indian society. It exhibited the power of unconventional tools of resistance in form of boycott, Swadeshi and non-cooperation. It led to the establishment of various national colleges and universities which served as centers of national struggle. It spread awareness and knowledge about the vices of the British government, and it made the masses familiar with mass movement and also prepared them for the future movements. Causes of failure. The movement began showing signs of fatigue as it was not possible to sustain any movement at a high pitch for a very long. The central theme of the agitation, the Khilafat question, dissipated soon. In places like Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, which were centers of elite politicians, the response of Gandhi's call was very limited. The Chauri Chaura incident marred the spirit of the movement, leading to the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement. During the later parts, communal violence also began, which further derailed the entire government. Now lastly, let's discuss about the impact of movement. It gave birth to the strongest idea of having Swaraj, the love for the use of khadi and becoming a Swadeshi. People became aware of their political rights as a result of this movement. They had no fear of the government. Foreign goods were boycotted and the import of foreign cloth halted between 1921 and 1922. The country had been united by specific anti-feelings grievances against the British, projecting Gandhi as the only unchallenged leader of the century. Now it's time for the practice questions. First of all, prelims question. What was the main aim of the Khilafat movement? To salvage the Ottoman Caliph as a symbol of unity among the Muslim community in India during the British Raj. To demand the abolition of the British rule in India, to protest against the Rowlatt Act imposed by the British government, or to support the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. You can send the answer of this question in the comment section. And now moving on to mains question. Discuss the achievements and failures of non-cooperation movement of 1920. How did it impact the subsequent freedom movements in pre-independence India? So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.